Just through the cards, I wanted to know about the Russian people. What is it behind the scenes? What are they talking about? What, when it comes to Ukraine and Putin's invasion, okay? So what we have in the center of it is mourning, what they're waking up to, the talisman, okay? The talisman, what they're waking up, okay? They're holding to this. A talisman is something you hold on to, okay? And they're holding on to, again, this is the mourning. They're waking up to what's happening, okay? Holding to what's happening. So going into it, we see the card of the illusion that Putin's swimming in, and the renewal. His continued efforts at illusion and delusion, putting it out on Russian TV. So they're starting to wake up to the fact that this is propaganda, okay? Because we have the revelation underneath of it is the revelation that he has sent these people not to guard the border, but to invade, okay? So Putin is doing all-out war, and information is getting back to the Russian people. We have the Russian soldiers that are calling, the parents calling people and saying, tell them what's going on here. It's not what Putin said. And this is getting back to the people. So going forward, we see this abuse of power, the authenticity. So they're starting to understand that Putin's the aggressor. They're starting to wake up to the reality of what Putin has done, okay? And the final one is about the orientation. The way that, now I like this orientation, the way the wind blows, okay? We got a weather vane. The way the wind blows, and the way the wind is blowing is they're starting to wake up to the fishtails, okay? And they're checking their emotions. And most of the Russian people are saying, I don't want to go fight. I want my life. I don't, So they're waking up to the fallacy that he's been presenting, that he's the aggressor, and that, they don't want anything to do with it for the most part. That's the overwhelming thing with Russian people. Now, of course, you're going to have a few that will believe the propaganda, just as we have the few that want to follow 45 and don't believe the reality. So you're going to have that with Putin as well. There will be a few that are, of course, behind it, Russia, and all of this nonsense. But for the most part, the Russian people are waking up to Vladimir's fantasies, okay? And they don't want anything to do with it, okay? So that's what I'm getting this morning on where they're at with this. It's, they're not happy with what's going on. And the Ukrainians are stepping up and they're continuing to fight, and they've just been allowed into the EU, the European enclave there, enclave, whatever you say, okay? They've been accepted into the European Union, okay? So I'm going to close this out, and then we'll do another read on Ukraine and the European, what do they call it, European Union, okay? Their acceptance into the European thing. So we'll look at that next.